Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Caitlin Mills, admissions representative at Ozarks Technical Community College, and I am so excited to be sharing with you today about financial aid. So, we're going to start off talking about the types of financial aid. So, first, we're going to talk about the free money because who doesn't love free money? So, grants, federal and state grants are an option, and the most common grant that we see is called a Pell Grant. And this is considered a need based grant. So, what determines if you are eligible for a Pell Grant is based on how you answer specific questions on the FAFSA. So the FAFSA consists of questions about household size, family income, how many people in the household will be in college in the current academic year. So how you answer all of these questions determines your eligibility for a Pell Grant. We also have the Missouri A Plus program. So I'm going to come back to that and dive a little deeper into that here in a moment. Scholarships, work study, and then we have the not so free money, which is student loans. So we're going to go over all of those things a little bit more in depth here in just a moment. So how do I apply for financial aid? Step one is you would create an FSA ID. And an FSA ID is sort of like just creating an account with FAFSA. So the FSA ID is a username and password that you must use to log into certain U.S. Department of Education websites. And you need an FSA ID because it is used to sign legally binding documents electronically. So you will use your FSA ID to log in and complete the FAFSA, but you'll also use it if you ever decide to apply for student loans. You will use it to do that as well. And since those things are done electronically, your FSA ID is sort of like your verified electronic signature because it is based on your personal information. So you would use that to sign, seal, and submit your FAFSA and your loan documents. Step two, after you've created your FSA ID, the next step is to fill out the FAFSA. And FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And I briefly went over all the types of aid. So if you'd like to be eligible for any of those types of aid, you have to fill out a FAFSA first. FAFSA is the foundation of all types of aid. And how do I fill out FAFSA? You would go to studentaid.gov, log in with your FSA ID, and then you'd be ready to start the FAFSA. And the 2020-2022 FAFSA for fall 2021 enrollment will be available October 1st. So that is just a little side note for all of you seniors planning to start college next fall in 2021. This is the FAFSA application you would need to be doing. And so you can do that anytime after October 1st. And the sooner you do it, the better. So sometimes by doing it early, you can be eligible for a few additional grants. So I would highly encourage you to do that early. Also, I wanted to mention one more thing with FSA ID. You want to make sure and keep that information safe because you will have to redo a FAFSA each year that you're in college. So just make sure that once you create that, you're keeping that login information in a safe place where you can find it easily. Also, majority of you are probably considered dependent students. So what that means is you will be required to provide parent information on the FAFSA. So in that case, you will need to help one of your parents create an FSA ID as well, because they will have to sign your FAFSA until you're considered an independent student. Okay, so now we're going to dive further into the A Plus scholarship. So OTC has the largest number of A Plus recipients in the state of Missouri. And if you're a student who completes the requirements for the A Plus program, your tuition and common fees will be covered at OTC. To receive A+, you must be enrolled as a full-time student, which is 12 credit hours or more in the fall and spring semesters, and 6 credit hours in the summer, if you choose to take summer classes. In order to keep your A+, you must maintain a 2.5 cumulative GPA. And I mentioned A+ covers tuition and common fees. It does not cover the cost of books or course-specific fees. You can stack scholarships on top of your A+ to help reduce what you're having to pay out of pocket, because the more financial aid you get, the better, and the less you end up having to pay. Now we're going to talk about other scholarship opportunities. So here at OTC, we offer a wide range of scholarships, and they are split into 2 different categories, institutional and foundation. I would encourage you to apply for both. We make it really easy to apply for those. So all you would need to do, say you want to apply for both, you would do a separate application for each category, and then you would need to write an essay. However, you can use the same essay for both applications. So you can write one essay and use that essay with your institutional application and with your foundation application. After that, we have a committee that will sit down and review your information and award you any scholarships that you are eligible for. So we definitely make it easy on you. Like I said, you do not have to spend your time going through large lists of scholarships and determining, oh, I think I qualify for this one, but not this one. We take all of that away, and we will look your application over and award you ones that you're eligible for. And there are thousands of scholarships available out there on the internet. Here are 2 reputable scholarship websites that you can take a look at. And this would be a situation where if you get an outside scholarship from one of these websites or from elsewhere, you can transfer that scholarship to OTC. And you can stack it on top of any OTC scholarships you get, on top of A+ or your Pell Grant. So again, just to say, the more financial aid you get, the better. So definitely spend time. It's worth your time applying for scholarships. Okay, federal work study. So the federal work study program provides part-time jobs for students who demonstrate financial need, according to the results from your FAFSA. So again, kind of like the Pell Grant, if you qualify for work study, it will be based on how you answer specific questions on the FAFSA. And the work study program allows students to earn money to help pay their education expenses. So just like all the other types of financial aid we've talked about so far, work study just helps reduce your cost even more that you're having to pay. And with work study, you would be able to work 10 to 15 hours a week on campus. So this is an opportunity for you where you would get to apply for the jobs just like you would any other job off campus. You'd get to search through the available positions, apply for them, interview for them. So it's not like you're going to be automatically assigned a job. You get to pick which one fits best for you. And work study lowers the amount of loan money a student may take out. So again, just another type of financial aid that will help reduce your costs that you're having to pay on your own. Student loans. So this is the not so free money. So with student loans, payments start after a 6-month grace period after you graduate or fall under half-time enrollment. So we call student loans the not free money because they do have to be repaid. Every amount of student loan that you take out will be repaid. And that is why they are unlike any other type of financial aid I've mentioned so far, because those other options do not have to be repaid. And student loans will affect your financial future. So that is something to think about and something to consider before you take out a student loan, because they do affect your credit score, your ability to get a loan for a house or a car. So those are things definitely to consider. And we do have financial aid advisors that are available. And I say that because they are a great resource. I would highly recommend utilizing them. They can sit down with you and talk over your specific financial needs, your specific financial awards, and if you need a student loan or if you don't. And then if you do, if they help you determine, yes, I think we should go ahead and take out a loan, then they can help you take out an appropriate amount of a loan, because they do not want to set you up for failure, where you'll be having to make payments on a loan that you can't afford in the future. And how do I receive a student loan? You would go to www.studentloans.gov. You would complete entrance counseling and complete the master promissory note, which is basically just promising to repay your loans. So you would do FAFSA and then those two things, and then you would be eligible to receive a loan. How do I keep my financial aid? So, in order to keep any type of financial aid I have mentioned today, you must maintain satisfactory academic progress, and we call this SAP for short. So, basically, with SAP, you have to complete 67% of attempted credit hours. So, this means just to make sure you're not withdrawing from a lot of courses each semester, dropping courses unnecessarily. This is another key thing where it would be beneficial to visit with a financial aid advisor before you make changes to your schedule. So after you're already enrolled in classes, make sure you seek the help of a financial aid advisor before you drop any courses, just to make sure you are aware of how it's going to affect your financial aid. And then you have to maintain a minimum 2.0 GPA for all types of financial aid. If you fall below a 2.0, you can lose your financial aid. So it's really important to keep that in mind. And with A+, it's a 2.5, but all other types of financial aid, 2.0 GPA. And then SAP is also based on hours completed towards a degree program. So you will be assigned an academic advisor once you select your program of study, and your academic advisor will be available to meet with you each semester just to make sure you are staying on track and taking the required courses for your degree program. And that's super important just to keep you on track, make sure you're not veering off course with your degree plan. Okay, I know that was a lot of information. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us at explore@otc.edu. Or if you have any specific financial aid questions about your specific circumstances, how you fill out FAFSA based on your specific situation, then definitely reach out to financialaid@otc.edu, because they are the true financial aid experts, and they will be able to best answer questions based on your specific circumstances. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions at all. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later.